Buddy the dog. What are you thinking, pal? We haven't really gotten much done today. We did work on the 4150 and filmed a video of that. We did a bunch of editing of videos. But we really need to get some more progress done because I got a ton of stuff that needs fixing. And if it works out like I'm thinking, we might actually use that to help us today. That'd be kind of neat since it has done nothing. And anyway, we're gonna get started on our video or our projects right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. In a minute, we're gonna grab that and use it to carry something. I'll just go ahead and show you some treasures that I bought because, yeah, it was also super windy, which knocked everything over. I had that board sitting up there. That pipe wrench was leaning up against something. It's all blown over. That's fine. But I'm thinking about my junkyard tractors, see? We haven't seen them for a while. And that Super 77 right now is sitting on half flat dual wheels because I'm out, or was out, of rims. But the other day on the old marketplace, I saw these for sale. 2 Oliver rims. One is a 10 and one is an 11 width. And I think I have one 10-inch rim that still has a tire mounted on it. So if I could get another tire, then I would have a set of wheels on that Super 77 that make more sense than the gigantic duals. I know some people said they like those, but they just don't. That's just not handy. I mean, you can't really, it's just not going to be handy. I don't like it with the way, because those are actually dual rims, the way they have to be spaced. It's just not that handy, I don't think. You'd have to have the wheels kind of all the way out to get the fenders on, and you know the thing. So I hauled these home the other day in the pouring rain, and people kept sending and posting pictures on Facebook of a tornado that I was about to drive into. Nobody seemed too concerned about it. They just said, take a look at that. So that's how that went. But I don't think it ever touched the ground, but it definitely looked like a funnel that was headed down to cause some trouble. Well, I can't get this loose, but there we go. I got these off of Facebook, like I said, from a guy. He posted on Marketplace, and I went over there, and he was a super nice guy. He likes tractors just like I do, and he had all different kinds, and he had tons of rims for about every brand of tractor, and he, kind of does the same thing I do. If he finds a good deal on a tractor, he'll buy it, and then he tinkers with it and then sells it or whatever, whatever he needs to do. So anyway, we're gonna use that John Deere and carry these down to our parts area. And then I might also look and see if I do really have the rim that is the mate to this. That is a very loud something. It's an old dump truck going by. An old yellow something. But anyway, I hope that's really the case. I hope that that tire that I still have mounted on there is the 10-inch, in which case that'll go. That's about the right width for a 77 size tractor, the way they look, because if you get too wide, I think they look goofy, and if you get too narrow on like an 88, I think they look goofy. So we got choices. I got another 77 or rim I took off of a tractor that is probably an 11, but it's badly rotted, so it would need repair. So I could go that route too if I had to, and come up with a pair somewhere or another. But new rims now, they're wanting like $800 plus shipping, and I think that's nuts. I used to could buy a pair for $800 shipped to me, and I don't know what's going down, but it's a sad day, friends. So Anyway, let's grab the John Deere and then we'll continue our progress. Well, there's a low-flying heliocopter there. I don't know why they like to cut right through here, but at least he's not flying directly over buildings, so that when he crashes and burns, you know, he's not right in my face. John Deere, what did we do? Oh, we were stuck and we pushed that tree. That's why it's so muddy. I forgot about that. Blocked it out like a terrible memory. Oh, left the battery hooked up. That's fine, it'll start. Oh yeah, we got like 3 more inches of rain. So I got an inch on the Thursday night, and I checked it on Friday. Let me think about that. Friday morning, I checked it. That's when I had the inch. And then Saturday I checked it, and then I had 2 inches of rain then. So another, actually it was closer to 2.5. So yeah, we really needed that. There we go. Boy, we need to mow the grass, but it just hasn't been dry enough to even do that. I might do that after a while. Let's shut the tractor off. See that right there? That's my spare tire for a Fleetliner Super or 3-digit. And it ain't no peach either. It's got some issues, but it does hold air. Right now anyway, it's got a patch on the inside. So that really needs to be demounted and treated, you know, the correct way. But that looks to be a 10-inch, which should be a mate to this one, which is just practically perfect. See, that looks wider to me. It doesn't matter, I mean, it'll work. But, whoa there, whoa. I guess that's right, 10-inch. No, see, that looks like a 9. So that is narrower than this. But that's what I'm gonna use, because that's as close as I can get right now. I'm pretty sure that's a 13.6. Yeah, 13.638. But that came off of my 77 way back in the day. So I think that's going to be the winner. I'll do that, and then the this one we need to lay somewhere where it's not going to be in the dirt. Then this is actually, there's 2 centers sitting in there, but there is a pair of centers that came off that 77 diesel. I can use those centers with the rims. I might also, if I get this dismounted and see what kind of shape we're in, I might be able to cut a patch out of that and use it for that other one that should be a mate to this one. And then I could have a pair that match that way too, because that other one is pretty rotted. But I don't know, choices. It's getting to be slim pickings on good rims, so you got to make something or spend a ton of cash, and I don't really want to do that, so we'll figure it out. Let's go put this away, and then we'll move on to our next project. All right, sleep. Now we need to come over here to the parts store, and we need to pick us out something or other. The obvious choice would be this, this is actually a combo where it's category 1 on one side and category 2 on the other side. But I think we'll use this for today. Whether that's right or wrong, I know this will swivel, and that's more important. All right, Casey, will you do the job for us today that I want to do? I don't know. Step 1 is going to be to see if this top link will do the thing. I don't think it will, so that's unfortunate. That's the first flaw in the slaw. It's too wide. Okay, now I'm not giving up, because eventually I'll have to do something if I want to use 3-point hitch, right? And maybe that's not even the right bracket for the 3-point hitch. I don't know. It's really not a 3-point hitch, it's an eagle hitch. So it might not be right. But what I'm going to do is shave some off of the sides of that so it fits in between there. And that top link can just live on here. So give me a minute to decide what I'm going to do, or what tool I'm going to use. Probably a cutoff wheel. I don't know. Give me a minute. All right, friends, the secret to a happy life is to not let things like sawing through a brand new top link discourage you. You know, I'm hoping there is so much paint on this thing, I can't begin to explain that. The old feller gave her a paint job, I'll tell you that. And now I got to figure out, since I don't have a hammer here, what tool can Ross use as a hammer? I ordered hoses. Oh, that's broken. Okay, that's cool. Come on. Oh, you're broke anyway. Just get out of the way. We'll fix you later. Get her there. This is a lot of work for not knowing if it's actually going to participate. I hope this works. Now we got another problem. It's gonna go, friends. We just gotta... Now. Come on. Never mind that you're in the way. It's fine. It'll be fine. This top link's gonna end up being way too long. I can tell you right now. I'm gonna have to screw it in quite a lot in order to get done what I'm wanting to do here. We'll get it. I'm betting the geometry of the eagle hitch is strange, and it probably won't participate with normal 3-point things. And then again, now that I think about it, this top link might be an extra long top link, and that's not what we really want. So I might have just screwed it up. I think we'll get it down far enough. Step 1 accomplished. Step 2 is going to be get it started again. Turn the gas on. Put the battery curl on. Ignore the flat tire, because that ain't gonna do nothing for us. Give it a shot of the fard pounders. Check for neutral and turn the key. keep forgetting there's a step on the front. Why is that drifting down? Nope, I knew it. I ordered hoses to fix that problem. I just got to remember that that's why it was drifting down. The top link was resting on that linkage. All right. Don't. You're not participating. Oh, I should have known it wouldn't be that easy. It's one thing to drive it around when you're not doing anything. And it's another thing to drive it when you're trying to use it. Because now my battery done cut it out, or starter. That's got to be fixed. I just need it for like 5 minutes to just well, you'll see, and you'll understand why this makes sense. Are you in neutral, I hope? Try the actual step. Now. But it's a gear. That's all that matters. Whoa, calm down, you wild horse. Don't run us over, please. Okay. There. Well, that did not go as gracefully as I had hoped. The tractor ran good, but the engineers are what failed me. Old case engineers. And then what they did is, the Eagle hitch is rigid, much like the IH fast hitch. And so what it won't let you do is, it won't let you get the arms out any. Like you can't swing them out at all. So if your pins and your implement aren't exactly for the Eagle hitch, it won't work. All right, so what are you doing, you ask yourself? Well, you're bending jacks, which is fine because one of them was too short anyway. We're gonna have to redo all that. But this little sprayer, which I paid a pretty penny for, is going to be permanently set up for pasture spraying duty. I've got special nozzles to go with whatever that stuff is that Dad bought. I'm trying very hard to make this go, only to struggle. I don't know how I'm gonna get this out of there because it's not going to participate. Get this off. All right. So, what to do? Well, I got all new stuff, 100% new stuff. And so what I need to start, before I start, I wanted to clean up the tubes and paint them so that they don't continue this rusty, crusty crap. And yeah, because Dad's gonna want to use this immediately. I mean, he's on the field, we cut the hay. He's gonna want to spray this stuff. I have now got myself in a conundrum. I was going to... No, you won't. Okay, it isn't hooked up right. It's not Alright, the camera kept getting too hot, which also frustrated me. So I went ahead and tried to cut some grass here. That was like mowing wet salad. I don't really like to do that because it's not good for the mower, but finally, what do you do? So anyway, we're going to take this tool and we're going to dismount anything that's not what we want, which is almost everything, because I have no drip nozzle bodies which take a different clamp. So we're just going to cut a rusty screw and try to get those all off of there. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure it'll be a struggle bus, but hey, I don't know if there's any gap on all of these, but let's see if this procedure is even going to work. Work on the end one, slide it off. Betting that I'm going to have to cut both sides of it. Those off of there. This one I can still slide off the end, but we can saw more. But I got it. Kind of. We're gonna just continue the procedure down the line here. I got the thinking stool because I figure we'll be thinking. There's another one. Thinking stool. I don't know if you're gonna get anything out of this or not. This is kind of boring, but it's like you're right here in the stupidity. Let's get rid of the charger. Coming along, friends. We got all of this. If I do it right, you'll fall to the ground. Is that enough? Probably not. Now we just got to do that wing. Ew. Nasties. And I'm sure I'm going to have to redo my cord. Because why would it just work? Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Very much struggled. It the other way, then I had more leverage. Now I have no leverage. It's also burning hot. Another added bonus. one of the procedure is done. Now I'm going to switch to the wire wheel. Hopefully knock off a lot of that rusty, scaly whatevers. And then it'll be ready for new stuff to go back on. And then hopefully, see, another bonus is he bought that new little tractor for him, and that's going to work dandy with this little sprayer, you know, to do exactly what he wants to do, spray a pasture. It's a lot more handy than, you know, my 550 is really a little too small. I don't know, it's just going to be handy. So yeah, I was trying to remember where I put the wire wheel. Then I remember I laid it down over there before I even started filming, so it's right here. It's actually kind of toasty right in the sun here, but that's okay. Let's start over here again, maybe. It's a little more pleasant when it's up at working height, you know, when you're not having to stoop down. That thing has a lot of nooks and crannies on a round tube. Probably would have been easier to get a piece of long sandpaper and just seesaw it back and forth around it or something. But I got it good enough, the part that the stuff mounts to, so I'll paint that red again, and then it'll be ready for all of this new and the special nozzles for spreading whatever that is that he got. So I should probably also, but not limited to, get those jacks loose so I can make, one of them is not right. One of them is way too short or something's wrong, and a lot of them are bent, which I did not help just now. But I think that if we just start over on those, we would probably be money ahead. And then, like I said, we got to get that pump loose and just start slapping parts on. And yeah, but it's coming along, and that's better than it was an hour ago, because nothing was happening an hour ago, or probably 2 hours ago by now. I forgot I took that break to mow, but yeah, I'm just disappointed in the eagle hitch. I guess it's category 1, basically. So you know, if the pins were reversed, I could probably get it. Or if one pin was reversed, I know I could. I don't know. Not worth it. It's much more, yeah, you know what I'm saying. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.